We love old cemeteries and churchyards, so come with us as we explore these places for the past. Okay, driving through Manchester, or Irlam technically, bit of an emergency stop. This looks quite interesting, and more interesting when you see that sign there and the fact that there are no headstones, but we did see something that was the reason we stopped. It wasn't the War Memorial, and it wasn't that really nice and quite old church. So this is the War Memorial, which has been redone with metal plates with the names from the Second World War and the First World War. It's quite simple, quite effective. On the back of it you can see that it's actually, originally it was all carved, and some of those names, like Harold Southern, is also on the bit down the front. So he's down the bottom there. Not sure about the shiny metal plates, but they do at least keep the names of the dead alive, if that made sense. Now it says a graveyard, there are no gravestones. Well, there's this, which is George Thomas of Irlam Hall, who was a Justice of the Peace back in the 1920s. But what I stopped for is round this corner. This must at one point have been a graveyard, although as I said, there are no gravestones here. Once upon a time, Irlam was a little village, so this would have been the village church, and it would have looked nothing at all like it looks today. That's a nice church, probably got some very nice stained glass windows, but what we're looking for is evidence of the graveyard. Evidence like, ta-da, this, a gravestone that is still here in loving memory of Edward, dearly beloved husband. Anne Marshall died 1936, so that's actually quite recent. There's an 1893 on there, 1890 odd, 1911. That's more modern than I thought it would have been, for the fact that all the stones have been removed. This is still consecrated ground, as we saw from that sign, so let's go and see what else we can see. Yeah, I did say there were no gravestones left standing. That is not quite true. The reason that I did the emergency stop is over in this corner of the cemetery, that is 2 Commonwealth war graves. So when all the other gravestones here were removed, or whatever happened to them, the war graves have been left. So let's go across here and see who we are visiting today. Okay, this is quite interesting. They are not buried in this corner, hiding away. These are actually replacement stones for people that are buried elsewhere in this churchyard. Private Boker of the Machine Gun Corps from 1919, Private Farrell from the Training Reserve Battalion 1917, and Private Stringer from the Northumberland Fusiliers, also 1917. And a guy who's got his own headstone is from Australia, also, as you see at the top there, buried in this churchyard, but not actually here. 1592 CKV Rudd, an Australian munition worker. I have never seen that title on a Commonwealth war grave before. That is really cool. Died in 1920, aged 32. There is also Jane, who died... When did she die? Come on, Jane. 1930... Is that a 9 or an 8? It's actually easier to see on the little picture. I think that says 1832, age 75 years. So if that's also Jane, there must be somebody on this side. On this side we have got William, the beloved husband of Jane Dixon, who died, it's a 1920, aged 88. And over here there's some more little survivors, so let's go and see what's left of these cross bases. I wonder where the rest of the cross has gone. This is George Gibbon from 1920, and over here we've got William from 1947 and Alice from 1955. It's quite interesting that these bits are still here, but the rest of it is all gone. I wonder what happened to the gravestones. There are still some here, but I don't think we can see anything written on that. Oh no, I was wrong. Hang on. Let's do a bit of uncovering. Genuine archaeology with my boot. This is William, the beloved husband of Agnes Marshall, who died October 1925. So there you are, a little bit of history. No one has seen those names for a long time. Over here there's another one, which is shall we have a wee excavation? Yeah, why not? Nah, nothing on that. Okay, can't see any writing there, so there's a gravestone there, there's those there. There's the Commonwealth markers over there, and over there is a really pretty little church. Manchester used to be a whole lot of little villages, and they would have all had their own little church. It would have been, like I said, very different to how it looks today. Let's go and see if we can see anything else. I wonder why all the gravestones were taken down. Maybe it was because they were becoming unsafe, or maybe it was something to do with vandalism or that. I don't know, but yeah, what a nice place for a wee stop and a chance to pop in and say hello to some more people in the care of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. Always worth it. Right, let's go and see if we can find anything else. That might have been one there. No, not unless somebody is buried under a manhole inspection cover.